Hi there, my name's Jake, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use Amazon Kinesis data streams and delivery streams to ingest data from RDS to S3. So in this setup, you might have a database and you want to monitor changes and replicate them over to S3. In this case, it'll put them in a timestamp dated folder, and they'll look a little something like this. It'll be JSON with the data of the operation and then some metadata about the operation. So in order to set this up, we'll start with RDS. So we'll have a database instance there. In my case, it'll be MySQL, but it could be any database engine. And we'll need to have binary logging enabled and the bin log format set to row. But that's not so important for this data flow. The next thing is we're going to look at the database migration service, where we'll set up a replication instance and show you how a migration task can run using a source endpoint and a target endpoint to relay the changes from the database to a Kinesis data stream. And then within Kinesis, I'll show you setting up a data stream as an ingestion point, and then a delivery stream, which maps a data stream to an output. And in our case, the output will be S3. And I already showed you what the data looks like on the other side. So let's go ahead and jump into the Amazon Web Console here. And we'll start in RDS. And in my case, like I said, I have a MySQL database already set up, ready to go. And the only change I had to make was to give it a custom parameter group down here. And the only change that we made within this parameter group is the bin log format is set to row instead of the default, which is mixed. Beyond that, let's go ahead and take a look at Kinesis. Within the Kinesis dashboard, you will see data streams and delivery streams. Our data stream that we have set up already is our MySQL to Kinesis data stream. And really the only configuration option for it was just to set the capacity mode to on demand. There is also the opportunity to set pre-provision capacity for it. And then the next step is our delivery stream, which maps from our data stream here, and our destination is S3 in this case, and then we give it a particular bucket. And I can show you what that configuration looks like. But pretty much it's just you set the source and you set the destination bucket. Okay, so beyond that, now that we have a Kinesis data and delivery stream ready to go, ready to pipe things to S3, now we need to monitor the database for changes and replicate those changes. And for that, we're going to use the database migration service. There's 3 categories of things to know about within here. First is the replication instance. This is the compute instance that has access to the database and Kinesis. This could be an EC2 instance, but in this case, we've just gone ahead and set up a custom or dedicated replicator here. And I've set it to be the smallest size, and all the other settings were default. The next thing to look at is endpoint. So you can see I've created 2 endpoints here. One is a source and the other is a target. And I can show you what that looks like. You basically just select source or target. I'm not sure why this checkbox isn't labeled, but when you click it, you get the ability to select which database is your source. And so I've done that. And the only other thing is I specified the password for the database. As far as the target endpoint goes, in this case, we wanted it to our target endpoint to be our Kinesis data stream. And so in that case, we chose Kinesis as the target engine. Then you paste in a management role. So in this case, I set up a management role that has access to RDS, S3, and Kinesis. And I called it DMS, RDS, Kinesis S3. Pretty self-explanatory there. And you just copy the role ID and paste it in. And then you paste in your stream ID, which if we come over here, we want our data stream We can take a look, and it's got its resource name here. So you copy that and paste that in, and that's how you configure a target. So with our source and target both set up, the final step is to set up a migration task. So you can see here, my migration task is already running and it's ongoing. And the way you can tell that this is working is if you dive in and go to table statistics here, you can see it's already monitored 3 insert. And if I were to go to my database here and do a new insert and put in some data and save and refresh over here, you'll see a 4th insert showed up. And if we go to Kinesis now and take a look at our data stream the last hour, you can see that it's got 2 records, and if we wait a few minutes, the third record will pop up here. So beyond that, there is a little bit of latency here. We have to wait about 3 minutes for the data to flow through the pipes and wind in our bucket. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video recording while that happens. Make a note of the time. It's 10:23. So in about 3 minutes, I'll check in and show you the final result. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to raise your hand or leave a message in the chat, and I'll do my best to help you guys get this set up. Looks like we have a new folder here in our S3 bucket. And if we go, you can see we have a new file in here. And if we open that file, we can see our new insert is here, metadata about the operation. So yeah, that's the whole flow. Let me know if you have any questions. I've gone ahead and posted just about it here. And I'll link that in the chat. It goes over the steps we went over, and I'll also link to the presentation. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll be happy to help you get set up. Thanks so much, and I hope you have a great day.